My friends, the skies over Moscow have been buzzing with more than just your average pigeon post. In the wee hours of November 10th, 2024, at precisely 2:23 anti-meridian Greenwich Mean Time, Ukrainian forces unleashed a swarm of 34 drones upon the Russian capital. It was like a flock of angry metal geese decided to give Putin's backyard a rather explosive makeover. This aerial assault marks the largest attack on Moscow since the conflict began, proving that size does matter when it comes to drone warfare. Meow, you might be thinking, 34 drones? That's barely enough to deliver takeaway to all of Moscow. But let me tell you, these aren't your average Deliveroo flyers. These bad boys are packing more heat than a spicy borscht on a cold Russian night. They're equipped with enough explosives to make even the most hardened Muscovite consider a sudden vacation to Siberia. Can you believe this? I couldn't make this up if I tried. Moscow's mayor, Sergei Sobyanin, tried to downplay the attack, saying there was no major damage. Sure, and I'm just a cat with a microphone, but let's be real. When you're forced to shut down 3 major airports, Domodedovo, Sheremetyevo, and Zhukovsky, you're not exactly having a banner day. It's like cancelling all the litter boxes in a house full of cats. Things are bound to get messy. The Russians even enacted their carpet plan. And no, that's not a new line of flying rugs, but their protocol for halting air traffic. It's about as effective as trying to stop a determined feline from knocking things off a shelf. Speaking of messy, let's talk about the timing of this attack. It comes hot on the heels of Donald Trump's re-election, which has left Ukraine feeling about as secure as a mouse in a room full of hungry felines. With Trump back in the White House, Ukraine's military aid might start looking as empty as a politician's promises. So, what's a country to do? Apparently, the answer is to send a swarm of flying boom-boom bots to Moscow. It's like they're saying, if you won't send us weapons, we'll send you some of ours. Express delivery. But this isn't Ukraine's first rodeo in the drone rodeo. Just a couple of months ago, on September 10th, they sent 59 drones on a field trip to Russia. It's like they're trying to set a new Guinness World Record for most uninvited guests in Russian airspace. General Valery Zaluzhny, Ukraine's top military cheese, has been adapting drone technology faster than a cat chasing a laser pointer. They've gone from using drones for reconnaissance to turning them into airborne Molotov cocktails. Talk about a glow-up. Meow, I know what you're thinking. But Ron, isn't this a dangerous escalation? Well, my friends, in the world of geopolitics, sometimes you have to fight fire with fire. Or in this case, fight invasions with invasions of personal space. It's like when your neighbour's cat keeps using your garden as a litter box. Sometimes you've got to spray them with the hose to get the message across. And Ukraine's message is coming through louder than a cat in heat at 3 in the morning. But let's not forget the real victims here. The poor air traffic controllers in Moscow. 1 minute they're directing planes, the next they're playing a high-stakes game of whack a drone with explosives. I hear they're considering changing their job title to Drone Doom Dispatcher. It's enough to make you want to trade in your radar for a cricket bat. Of course, Russia's air defense systems weren't exactly twiddling their thumbs during all this. They claim to have shot down 70 drones in total across the country. That's more interceptions than a season of American football. But let's be honest, if your air defense is as effective as a paper umbrella in a hurricane, maybe it's time to invest in some better tech. Perhaps they could borrow a few Roombas and strap some missiles to them. Welcome to the not-so-great firewall of Russia. And it wasn't just Moscow getting all the attention. Reports came in of minor fires in the Bryansk and Kaluga regions. It's like Ukraine decided to give Russia a taste of their own medicine, with a side of smoke and property damage. I hear the new Moscow anti-drone borscht recipe includes a dash of paranoia and a sprinkle of duck and cover. Meow, some might argue that this attack crosses a line, but in a world where lines are constantly being redrawn faster than a toddler with a crayon, who's to say where that line even is anymore? It's like trying to herd cats. Just when you think you've got them all in one place, one of them decides to start World War III. World leaders are clutching their pearls and reaching for the diplomatic smelling salts faster than you can say international incident. This whole kerfuffle is changing the face of modern warfare faster than a chameleon on a disco floor. We've gone from trading trenches for remote controls, and the arms race has turned into a tech race. It's budget-friendly bombardment, folks. Why spend millions on a fighter jet when you can achieve the same level of chaos with a few £1,000 worth of drones and a Netflix subscription? And let's not forget the impact on the average Muscovite. Red Square is turning into Drone Square faster than you can say borscht. I hear they're considering renaming the Kremlin to the no-fly zone. If that joke flew over your head faster than a Ukrainian drone, hit that subscribe button for more high-flying humour. But what does this mean for the broader conflict, you ask? Well, it's like Ukraine is saying, anything you can bomb, I can bomb closer. It's part of their counter-offensive strategy, which seems to be, if you can't beat them, annoy the living daylights out of them. It's turning the war into a giant game of aerial tag, and nobody remembered to yell no backsies. As for potential Russian retaliation, I'd keep an eye out for carrier pigeons strapped with firecrackers, or perhaps they'll unveil their secret weapon, a giant cat to swat the drones out of the sky. You heard it here first, folks. In the end, this drone drama is just another chapter in the ongoing saga of two countries determined to outstubborn each other. It's like a never-ending game of chicken, except the chickens are armed with explosives and a questionable sense of self-preservation. So, what's next in this high-flying game of cat and mouse? Will Ukraine upgrade to drones that can also make a decent cup of tea? Will Russia's next military parade feature a battalion of remote-controlled toy cars with firecrackers? Only time will tell, my friends. But one thing's for sure, the skies over Eastern Europe are about to get more crowded than a catnip convention. Remember, if you enjoyed this aerial assault of information, be sure to hit that subscribe button faster than a Russian air defense system trying to keep up with Ukrainian drones. And if you didn't enjoy it, well, I guess you're just not as easily amused by international conflicts as I am. Either way, stay tuned for more high-flying news updates. We'll return shortly with more updates. I'm Ron De Parmesan, and this has been another Newscat special report.